Hey guys, how you going? And welcome back to another Cricket 19 video. Today I'm going to show you how to download all 10 of the World Cup squads and their uniforms just in time for the World Cup, which begins tomorrow. I'm also going to show you how to create the World Cup competition I'll be using for our World Cup series. Now most of you guys will know who I'm talking about here, but there are a lot of great academy creators out there. But the creations I keep using and have done for the past couple of cricket games are done by a bloke named Fred Lely, or as he goes on Planet Cricket, Llewellyn. Now his uniforms and teams are second to none, and I really urge everyone to download these and leave a 5-star rating. Also be sure to check out his Twitter, which I'll post below, as he posts updates of when he creates new teams, so be sure to check that out. So now I'm going to show you guys how to download these teams. So what you're going to do is go to the Cricket Academy, go across to Community, then Teams. Next up, go to Username Contains. Now I'll put this name in, but I'll also show you guys in the comments below, just in case you get stuck on the spelling. There we go, we're going to search for Fred Lely. So begin search. Now it's going to show up all the teams, or all the World Cup teams. These are the ones that he's done so far. And what you'll find, and I had this problem as well, when you push X to download them, it'll come up with the Academy sharing service is not available. Now that doesn't happen for all the teams. So what you need to do is press triangle and just do a quick download. And I've already downloaded some of these players, so what I'm going to do, this might happen for you as well, but what I'm going to do is press triangle to replace current with new, and then go replace there. And now it's also going to ask that we've already got these logos, so I'm also going to replace your local version with this new version. I'm going to press triangle and yes. So there we go, that's going to go through and download them all, and that is it. Afghanistan has been downloaded. So I'm going to go through here and download the rest of these, and then I'm going to show you, potentially they don't show up straight away, you might have to link them. So I'm going to show you that once I've downloaded all these teams. So I've just finished downloading all the teams, so next up what you want to do is go to the Creators tab, go to Team Creator, then Manage Mail Teams, and you'll see here that the teams that we've just downloaded don't have the correct logos. Now that just means we have to link them up, so it's pretty easy to do. All you need to do is press triangle and then link, and then you need to find the corresponding team. So Afghanistan, press X there, and then you want to copy everything across, so just hit replace. And there we go, Afghanistan has been updated. So then if we just want to check it, we just go into the team, go to the uniforms, and as you can see we've got the Test uniform, the ODI uniform, and the World Cup 2019 uniform. So I'm just going to go through here and update all of the teams. So I'm just going to link Bangladesh up as well, copy everything across, and there we go, easy as that. So stand by as I update all of these teams. So what you'll find when trying to link England and Australia up is that it won't let you. So you go to link, you can't link official teams. So what you're going to have to do is just create a tournament with the custom English and Australian side. So not too much of an issue there. So while we're in here, we may as well take a look at some of the player creations that have been going on. Now we'll look at India, because there's a few ones in here that look absolutely amazing. So for instance, MS Dhoni looking pretty spot on there. Virat Kohli as well, looking fantastic. I think there's another one, Lokesh Rahul looks amazing there. Good use of the play face in action. And now not all the players are going to look like their real life players, like for instance Jadeja and Darwin. The game's just come out, so you can't expect them to be doing all the players. I mean, the ones that they have done look absolutely amazing. And yeah, this is going to add to the immersion level of playing the World Cup even further. So let's go through and look at these World Cup uniforms just to show how good they are. So we'll start with Afghanistan. We've already really seen it. It's pretty much the same as the ODI one, apart from the World Cup badge. So there we go, looking fantastic. Next up we've got Bangladesh here with the Test uniform, the ODI uniform, and the World Cup 2019 uniform. Next up we've got the Indian uniform, so the Test, the ODI, the World Cup 2019 one, and the 2021 as well. And with Virat Kohli in there, it looks pretty spot on, looks amazing. Next up we have New Zealand's uniform, so the Test there, the white is really bright there. ODI, the 2021 and the World Cup one, quite a fan of that one there. And then looking at the Pakistanis one, we've got the ODI and the World Cup one. I don't mind that Pakistan strip there. So I've got the South African uniforms up next. There's the Test, the 2020 and the World Cup ones. Now he has done a couple of the alternate uniforms if you want to download those ones, as we've got Faf here with the popped collar as well, trying to look tough. Next up Sri Lanka, we've got the ODI one and the World Cup one, which looks amazing. Look how good that looks. It looks, I mean, there's a lot of things going on there, and Llewellyn's done an absolutely amazing job capturing that uniform. And then we have the Australian uniform there. Probably, I'm not a fan of it. They've got the fluoro green with the collar looking a bit odd. Not entirely a fan of it, but oh well. Looking at the English one, I mean, I do like the old school sort of vibes, but I mean, it's captured pretty well here. Looking, not too sure what to make of it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Which World Cup uniform do you like the best? So last but not least, we've got the West Indian uniform, so the ODI 2020 and World Cup 2019. And with that, we've got all 10 World Cup squads and uniforms, and now we can head into a World Cup competition. So I'm just going to give you guys confirmation of when you actually want to go into play now. I mean, these teams are also going to be in career mode as well, so you're going to get the real players there. So just go to a new match, select a team. So we've got Pakistan, South Africa, see the logos there, New Zealand, Sri Lanka, West Indies. I'll try and get the Indian one up because they looked pretty good. There's a whole host of like the associate teams which haven't been done. So go to India, go to the uniform select. So that's the World Cup 2019 one, and the 2020 and the test. So looking pretty spot on there, and you're able to play with them straight away. So one way you can use these new teams, if you go into a World Championship, and once it loads, if it wants to, go to New World Championship, 1 Day World Championship, and then play as a team or just play the whole thing. And what you'll find, all the logos are there. The only issue with this one is that the English and Australian ones aren't going to be on there because you can't link the teams with the World Cup squad or the World Cup uniforms with these teams. So that's the only issue with that one. Another way, which I'm going to show you now, is I'm going to create a World Cup tournament, a 5-5-1, which is what I'm going to use for the World Cup series. So let's take a look at that. So now I'm going to show you guys how to create the World Cup competition I'm going to be using for the World Cup series I'm going to do. So go into Cricket Academy, go along to the Designers tab and go to Competition Designer. As you see, I've already created it, so I'll go into this one. As you see, I've named it 5-5 World Cup. The structure you need to put is League. Match type, I'm going for 5-5, but you can do whatever you want, really. Logo, doesn't really matter. 10 teams, of course. 1 round robin, so everyone plays each other once, so 9 rounds there. And has finals, yes. So 4 final teams. And the trophy, I'm just using the World Trophy. And then points for win, 2 points. And that's all you need. I'm pretty sure they use 2 points for the win. It's not a massive concern. But that is how you create the 5-5 World Cup. So in order to use that created competition, what you need to do, go to competition, and then it will be under the custom men's competition. So you go into that, and then it'll be right down the bottom, 5-5 World Cup, there we go. And now we need to add the teams. Now you can do it in a way where you'll get the first round of fixtures correct, but after that, I think it just goes a bit random. So what you're going to do here, I'm just going to go ahead and add all these teams, and I'll do it in an order that makes it so that it replicates the first round of fixtures, so stand by. So there we go, that's the order I've gone for. Now it's very hard to replicate the same fixtures for round 1 because I've just noticed looking at the fixtures. So the first game, England v South Africa, and then a couple of days later, South Africa are playing Bangladesh, but then India don't play their first game, until, what was it, the 5th of June, and they're playing South Africa again. So South Africa play 3 games very early on, so it's hard to make it all correct. So if we go continue, you'll find that the first, right, so England vs South Africa is correct how it should be. West Indies are playing Pakistan, New Zealand, Sri Lanka, Afghanistan, Australia, but then this one here, Bangladesh, India, is not correct. It should be, looks like Bangladesh's first match is against South Africa there. So yeah, it's not entirely correct, but we've got the first 4 right, which I guess it's better than nothing. So there we have it. That is how you download the 2019 World Cup squads and uniforms. Hopefully you guys found it helpful, but that is going to be it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, please leave a like and subscribe. If you're feeling up to it, leave a comment down below about which uniform you like the best. But until then, take it easy.